Hey everybody, and welcome back to Off-Road Independence Videos. My name is Eric McGrew. I'm the host of the show. You can see that I'm in work clothes once again because today I'm going to start working on the 4Runner a little bit more, and we're going to be talking specifically about a suspension swap or a upgrade on this system. We're going to be lifting this truck 1 3/4 of an inch with an Ole Man Emu system, and I'll get a little bit more into that.
Portal, that's the name of it.
So first off, I'd like to give a big shout out to Sleeo Off-Road as well as ACC Garage. Sleeo Off-Road is based in Colorado, and ACC Garage is here in Metro Atlanta, just outside of the perimeter on the west side. And they both helped me kind of get my bearings on where I wanted to be with this suspension. Now, a couple of things I want you to understand and remember about this particular project is that this is my new beginnings project because, well, it's the first vehicle that we bought since we've moved back to the States from Chile, South America. And so it kind of marks the new beginning of our life here in the States once again. And because of that, there's a very good chance that this vehicle may become one of two things, and we're not real sure at the moment what's going to happen. It all depends on where we live and what we need. This may become my vehicle, and it may be that I end up modifying this more for work and for off-roading, or it may just be a daily driver for myself and my wife and stay pretty much like it is, but with a little bit of lift and probably a little bit more aggressive tires and a bunch of maintenance work that I'm doing and have been doing on the truck. Now, either way, those reasons, not knowing exactly which one this truck will become, is exactly why I went with the Ole Man Emu system. I went with an Ole Man Emu kit because talking to the guys at Sleeo, and I have to really thank them for the information that they gave me. In fact, I bought my kit from them specifically because of their customer service. I could have bought it from a number of other companies. And they helped me understand that not only is it an Ole Man Emu kit, which is good, but the kit that I'm purchasing allows me to grow with the system, or grow with the truck as they put it. What does that really mean? Well, this system that I'm putting on here, even though it only has 1 3/4 inch lift springs on the system, you can still swap those springs out for their 3-inch lift kit and use the same struts and the same shocks. That's a big deal because shocks are half the cost of a system in a lot of cases, sometimes more. So when I'm looking at this kit and kind of wondering what I'm going to do with this truck in the end, it's a big deal for me to be able to just swap out springs and not have to buy new struts and shocks in the future if I want. So that's a big benefit. Also, I talked to a bunch of people about putting a kit together, buying springs for the front and from the rear from different companies, buying shocks from here and there. And let's face it, that's a viable option. There's a lot of that goes on in the world, and there's a lot of different options out there for springs. There's a lot of different options for shocks. You can get bypass, you can get reservoir only, you can get bypass with reservoir, you can get air shocks. I mean, you name it, you can find what you want for a system. And there's nothing in particularly wrong with building custom systems with one brand of spring and one brand of shock and all this. However, you need to be careful with that, because what will happen is if you're not getting a shock that is 100% adjustable by valving, then that shock may not actually work very well in either dampening or in return for the springs that you have. The springs may work too fast or too slow for what that shock needs. So you really need to know, first off, what you want in a vehicle, and second off, you need to know what your springs do, and then third off, you have to know how and what your shocks do. When we're dealing with kits like the Ole Man Emu, or a basic kit like even a Bilstein kit for shocks, the thing is that those usually come unless you get the full-on build, and once again, I'm talking about a budget performance shock. Unless you really know the valving, what they do, I mean, not just say medium, hard, soft, but I mean really know how they react, what the times on them are, what all the specs on them are, it's hard to match a set of springs that work well with them. And even if they work well in certain instances, they may not work very well in other instances. So it can be actually detrimental to the ride and performance of your vehicle by trying to save a few dollars and mix match pieces together and make them work. So I went the, let's say, safe route because I wanted this truck to ride well. I wanted it to handle well on and off-road. And talking to everybody, they said if you're gonna buy a kit, it doesn't have to be Ole Man Emu, but it's a good idea to buy a kit that's made by the same company. There's a number of kits out there, Iron Man, there's Ole Man Emu. I know that there are some Bilstein kits that you can buy that are the 4 shocks, but you have to figure out what springs go with them, that kind of stuff. And the thing about it is that when I did that, when I thought about it all, I wanted the best performance with the best price, most economic price for me at the moment. And that really was, for me, the Ole Man Emu kit. Now, a couple of things that I also learned that we're going to talk about in this vehicle are the camber bolts, and also the actually doing the work. Those two things are very, very important. And I'll go into a little bit more about that, why that's important now.